Hi, everyone. I apparently made a big mistake. I went with what I thought looked logical as to being Katie Joy's history with her DUI, as she is open about that. And there are several people with similar name. And as I knew that she was roughly 46, the birth date looked right. And as there was nothing else with anybody similar named and in that same birth year ish, um, it looked right, and I saw the community service at the Humane Society, and based on how we hear her ignoring her dog, it looked logical. While I was getting my light reading that I do here, getting everything printed out because I'm doing my best to kind of break this down. I live in this community and I'm on the online community, and there's so much back and forth. And I'm doing my best to see what is and isn't true. And apparently, I made a big mistake in finding something that I thought was true. In researching it, other people have thought that it was her as well, but apparently she's gotten it expunged. So there wouldn't be any trace of it. So that's how it would make sense. When I pulled, because, there's the rumors that she's getting a divorce, there's the rumors that this person has a restraining order on her and this person doesn't, blah, 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 blah. So when I put her name in, a lot of things come up, and then I do the search, but I don't know what her middle name is. I know that she had said that she made up the Joy or something. So the way when I looked up this, there are, like I say, very similar names. I put post-it notes over the others, highlighted what I thought was her based on her admittance of the DUI and the birth date of 1977, roughly going to that I saw that she was 46. These are all the similar names in the back, and I put post-it notes over that. And then I clicked on this one. It looked right for the time frame. I thought that, if she's 46, I thought maybe it happened when she was around 30 or something. So going back to it happening in 2008 looked logical. And I saw that the community service was done at the Humane Society, and based on how she ignores her dog crying, I thought that maybe she got sensitized to it by that. So I saw that. It made sense to me. And then there's all of the lore out there about her not stopping at stop signs. So I see this and I see that, again, crossing out the addresses, and it looked right. When you put in the search results and then you pull it out, I did that. So then I have disobeying the stop signs. I have the DUI, and then stop sign, not stopping for a stop sign. But that one's a 57, but could have been a typo in there because the birth date is off by 1 and 1. So I don't know. It looked right to me, and so I posted it and posted to a couple of people who I know more about the lore than I do, and tagged Cactus Bill because Cactus Bill had just put up a post, a very sad post where Katie Joy is ignoring her dog crying, and it just breaks my heart when she does that. So I linked it to that and said, you know what, because this kind of makes sense. I have all this paperwork I'm looking at. That, maybe she got sensitized because she did her community service there. But apparently I am wrong. I am wrong. I am wrong. I apologize. I am wrong. I do my best to not think about the things that I've been told and try to stick to the facts. Now, right away when somebody did say that I was wrong, I was not at home, so I didn't see that it was right away. And so then I was making dinner, and I just pulled it and said, I'll take this down for right now. I've got to see what I did wrong, because I still don't. I still don't see how it's wrong. But others people are saying that she was in California at the time of her DUI and that the middle name isn't right. And so I'm terribly wrong. Now, in that, the person, as you might see, who was speaking the most harsh at me about the mistake, went and she screenshotted everything before I deleted it and put it on other platforms. So now it has grown legs and people are out there chastising me, and it isn't pretty. So this person who is doing that, I am now being sent other things that this person has been saying about me. So I didn't even know all of that is going on. I am receiving a tremendous amount of hate for covering Katie Joy. So I guess they're just out there waiting to bite. They're not gonna say thank you for getting any of this, apparently. But they're gonna jump and they're gonna make content of me making a mistake. So I am here to serve a purpose. I am here to give the haters and the sub-haters something to do for my mistake in leading people to believe what I thought was true. Astray. I do humbly apologize, and I will stick to just the facts again. Moving forward. Let's see here. And when I went through the terms of the protective order, it really made sense how I was not able to find so much of this before. And then I went through and I reprinted some so it follows correctly. And basically, because of the protective order, it seems that things would be filed and then they had to be reviewed to see what could be public, and then they're there, but they're filed under a different date. And as we know that something happened on that July 19th date, but nothing specifically says what happened on the 19th, a lot more was available to me in the week prior. So that 7/11 date had a lot more. So I keep plugging away. And the hate is there. My channel is down significantly. I have not had this long in no channel growth in a very long time. And the only reason I try to do this is because I do believe that the truth is valuable, and that at some point, even though it doesn't feel like you're doing the right thing, if you continue to do the right thing, then it pays off in the end. And like I said, I made a mistake. I'm sorry about that mistake. Copying and pasting my mistake that I'm being shamed for, and then posting it all over, doesn't seem like that's a team working. But I'm learning that there's a lot of toxicity in the Katie Joy group. No different than anything in the drama community. And as much as I love true crime more, I kind of got stuck in the drama community, I guess, in this. So let's see here. Where we go here in the declaration could be one logical point to go from here. And let me see where I'm at, because when I went and looked, I did get some more information on what the next hearing will be. Let's see here. And just because I got accused of having too much time and doing 22 episodes, as you can see, and you know, I have worked tirelessly in obtaining documents and sorting them out so they make sense. And I don't have a lot of time. But I just try to make the best use of the time. Let's see here. I hate that there's so much fighting in communities. It seems like when you are working towards a common goal, there shouldn't be the fighting back and forth, but there is. So let's see here. I was trying to find, I guess I'll have to spend another several hours sorting out what I was looking for. Oh, and then the Todd Chrisley, Michael Todd Chrisley, Chris Chrisley. I've always called him Chris Chrisley. I think I started watching the show, gosh, it's been a number of years. I haven't watched reality TV in a very long time. But I know that he's not Chris Christie, the mayor of wherever. And I do have long COVID syndrome, so I do sometimes mix up my names. But I do know that his name is Chris Chrisley in certain things. And if you Google Chris Chrisley, things still do come up. And it leads to him, but I will, of course, correct that mistake too. I still call him Chris Chrisley. I wonder if I don't know. Let's see. So I was going to do part 22 for the we did 22. Let's see here. These are all about the production of documents. And let's see. This is about the HBO thing. So before I go to that, we will do this and then move on. So, part 22 goes in I do part 22 and this should be 23. This just very well might be 23. Let's see. I've been busy with so much travel lately. And I brought these things along so I wouldn't get too far behind. Yep, that's 22. So yesterday's was 22. Just got all of my laundry done from being on vacation. There was like 4 little vacations all back to back. So I got really behind. And like I say, I took this along so I wouldn't get too far behind. To just do sections with it. It's kind of a big thing, and I wanted to learn the truth. I didn't know it was so involved. So, this is actually part 23. I've had a tough night. Let's see here. So, in In the state of Minnesota, County of Wright, 7M Films, Robert Shin, Miranda Derrick, and James Derrick are the plaintiffs for the district court. Versus Catherine Mansky Paulson, aka Katie Joy, and Without a Crystal Ball, LLC. And this is the plaintiff's first set of requests for production of documents. So to Catherine Mansky Paulson, aka Katie Joy, and Without a Crystal Ball, LLC, by and through their attorney, Jennifer Moore, Troutman Law, Martin Law, PLLC, 619 South 10th Street, Suite 201, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 55404. Just a second. I gotta blow my nose. I'm a very snotty crier. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Okay, so just to make it clear, I don't make any money doing this. So, I'm down almost 75% in my views of my channel that I had from doing other content, and I'm not receiving any coffee money or anything like that. That's all done. So I'm really doing this just because I believe in getting the truth out there. And now all of that's going to be used against me because I made a mistake. And they're going to say what they're saying. So a lot of me thinks I should just kind of quit this project, but part of me says not yet. But a bigger part of me says I should. But, had a bad night. Trying to deal. I don't know how Katie Joy has so much time to do this. Because, I am doing so many things and I have to be so many things to so many people in a day. That I don't, I don't know, but a can fell on my toe, and that was just what I needed. So bruised up toe, bleeding from the cuticle, and just a rough night. So anyway, part 23, we will write down part 23, and okay. This will be part 23. And we'll go over there with that pile. And then, it looks, can't you see we're getting to the juicy stuff? We really are. Okay, so please take notice that in accordance with the rules 2602, 3401, and 3402 of the rules of Minnesota Rules of Civil Procedure, plaintiffs hereby request that defendants respond to each request in writing and produce all responsive documents and tangible things for inspection and copying within 30 days of service. Alternatively, copies of responsive documents may be attached to your written response. An objection will be made at the time of trial to any attempts to introduce evidence which is sought by these requests and to which no disclosure or production has been made. This is an ongoing request for production of documents and tangible things now in existence or hereafter taken or obtained at any time prior to final entry of judgment in the above entitled action. Definitions. The following terms are defined as follows for the purpose of these requests. You or your shall mean defendant above captions or any employees, agents, present or former, and other parties or persons acting or purporting to action on your behalf, and to communications and correspondence shall mean exchange, transfer, or dissemination of facts or information, regardless of the means by which it is accomplished. Oh, hold on, I have one more thought here. I saw in one of the comments talking about me that they said that I'm headed for a defamation lawsuit myself, that Katie Joy would take me to court, and that's fine. I would show the judge exactly how I came about the information that I did and why I posted it, and when I removed it, and then that somebody else who felt very strongly about the subject had taken it and then reposted it to shame me. And apparently this person has not liked me for a while. And that's the difference, is that then I could show that, hey, I made a mistake, and this is how I came about this mistake. This mistake was made by this knowledge, knowing roughly this, and knowing that, and that I posted it as such. That is the difference between what Katie Joy does and what I have done. The things that she says about Robert Shin, Tati Westbrook, the Derricks, Chris Chrisley, or Michael Todd Chrisley, as you all call him. I'm just going to call him Chris Chrisley, or CC, right? Is that she can't show where and how she came about that information, nor the intent she had in posting that, nor why she continues to go for certain people and not have a life around what she's doing and why she's doing it. So if I am taken to a court of law for what the mistake I made today, that is how I would defend myself, and me being of reasonable knowledge of what goes on and doesn't go on in the Wright County Courthouse. I think that a reasonable explanation for my mistake would be reasonable, and that I took it down, and I don't know. I don't know. When people attack people within the same group, it shows that their goals are not pure, that their goals are something else. My goal is to get the truth out. I don't attack people within. So people who attack people within and start these horrible drama fests and Facebook and all the other social media platforms just to fight, does that help with the main goal of getting the truth out about Katie Joy, or what is that? I hope that people can see who's who in this zoo at some point. Document and documents shall be construed to the broadest extent permitted by Rule 34 of the Minnesota Rules of Civil Procedure, including but not limited to any handwritten, typewritten, printed, recorded, taped, magnetic, photographic, graphic, filmed, electronic mail, and computer-based materials, and drafts and copies. Identify or identity when used in reference to a document means, number one, to state the type of document. Example given, the letter, memorandum, printout, report, newspaper, etc. Number two, the date, if any, of the document. 3, the author. 4, the addressee. 5, its present location. And number 6, the person or persons having custody to control over it. Number 5 is person or persons, includes individuals, corporations, partnerships, proprietorships, trusts, joint ventures, groups, organizations, unincorporated associations, and other business entities, and any governmental unit or agency. Number 6 shows social media post, includes posts to any social media platform, including but not limited to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Reddit, BeReal, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, or any other platform where social media may be used. This also includes all content published to the general public, to a private story, and all drafts. Instructions. Lost or destroyed documents. If any documents for which production is sought in these requests was formerly in existence or in your possession, but no longer exists or no longer is within your possession, custody, or control, your answer to these requests should state for each document an identification of the document and its author and addressee, the date and circumstances of the document's loss or destruction, and the reason or justification for such loss or destruction. Procedure for claiming privilege or other objection. If you claim that any request herein respecting any documents is objectionable on grounds of privilege, your response to these requests for production of documents should include, for each such document, a statement of the nature of the objection and the basis therefor, a statement of the nature and type of document and its general subject matter, a statement of the number of pages or units of the document, and an identification of the document and the document's author and addressee, a statement setting forth the date of the documents, and a statement setting forth the document's present location and identifying each person having possession, care, custody, or control of the original or any copies of the document. And this is what it's about. Is that when she's claiming that she has these sources and that she's asking, and we have proof that she's solicited people to come to her with things. People can come to her with rumors and whatnot, and then she'll go with it. All of that is going to have to be produced. And I don't know that the people who wrote messages to her had the factual background and makeup that they needed to give her the ability to do the way that she does her tea. So the instructions are the lost or destroyed documents. If any documents for which production is sought in these requests was in formerly existence or in your control. Oh, sorry, I already did that. My mind isn't in this. And then the request for production of documents. We go in here and we have request number through request number 9. And it is asking to produce any and all documents in your possession, custody, and referenced in your responding answers to your plaintiff's first set of interrogatories and plaintiff's request for admissions, and to produce any and all social media posts you have made regarding 7M Films Incorporated and its affiliates from January 2020 to the present. That's a lot, and she continues to do so. and about Robert Shin and about Melanie Wilking and or her affiliates and Miranda Derrick and James Derrick and 7M Films Incorporated. I feel like this is so repetitive because it's basically what was asked in the other part in the interrogatory. So it is very close, obviously, as we can see. And we see the insertion of Melanie Wilking that we have not seen previously. And that's an important bifurcation into this civil suit. She is mentioned again, and I'm not going to say anything more about that right now because it would be too much out of text. And then where it goes into produce all correspondence in which defendant discussed Miranda Derrick and her affiliates with third parties from January 2020 to the present. And then here, produce any and all tax documents for Catherine Mansky Paulson from January 2020 to the present. We know that's something that Katie Joy has not wanted. She has not wanted the amount of money that she makes peddling lies to be known. We can sure see how the mistruth that apparently I espoused today cost me, but for some reason she profits from it. Salty, salty. I am salty right now. Salty tears. And it says, produce any and all tax documents from Without a Crystal Ball, LLC, from January 2020 to the present. And produce any and all contracts you have entered into with third parties regarding 7M Films, Robert Shin, Miranda Derrick, James Derrick, and the Shekinah Church. And then to produce any and all contracts you currently have with any production companies. And this is important because it was rumored that she had... she was going to have a part in it, these upcoming things that are mentioned right now. To produce any and all communications regarding the production of an HBO documentary regarding plaintiffs. And 21 and 22 are the same. And then 23... so I'm sorry, communications and contracts. Okay, so they want the contracts regarding the production of an HBO documentary regarding the plaintiffs and communications regarding the production of. And that's the same for the Netflix documentary and the contracts. So when you are going to be a part of a documentary, the producers send out feelers and kind of interview you, ask you how you would be able to contribute, what information you have, etc., etc. And they kind of vet you to see if you fit in with the other parts in the way that they want to make their production. And so in that will hold a lot of information, I would assume, to where she will be volunteering what information she has and how she's obtained it. So once again, Amber Slavik is on point. She knows what she's doing, and that's that there. We'll put that over there for 2022. Now we see in here that we have quite a long document. And I probably won't do any more right now just because I've had a really shitty night. And I don't want to read through all of that. Thank you to all of you who are so nice because you make the difference so much. And to put this in perspective, these documents that we are reviewing right now were over a year and a half ago. That was put through 5/11/2023. And I don't think that a lot of people even knew that the interrogatories or answers had been done. I don't think a lot of people knew about the protective order, etc., etc. So I hope that I have contributed something to the equation. So, because I don't want to get into this long document right here, I'll just kind of show you here that this is a duplicate, because I know we talked about it, and it's just here saying Jennifer Moore is talking about the court's notice for a Zoom hearing, but she says that she didn't know that either party requested such a conference, and that she was getting ready to contact the court to request a date for the motion to compel discovery. May we use the May 18th date? So we have that there. We can get rid of that. We see here that this is for that August 1 hearing that she was notified about. So we can just, kind of paginate through that. Let's see. And then this is just another copy of, so that goes into where I need to get back into refiling where we are at. And I will be working in and breaking down the next chapters. Here, my light reading for the weekend. For this project from hell that I took on. All right, I'll just kind of wrap this up. Sorry, this was not a very useful episode, but it is just part of the process. So thank you all for listening, and thank you for all of the kind comments that 99% of you do, so the 1% are canceled out. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.